First of all, tell Coach Stoops and his staff, great job preparing. Obviously, it was they outcoached us, certainly outplayed us, and hopefully they'll go down the road and win a bunch of ball games. They're a good staff, and he's going to get this program going in the right direction. As far as we're concerned, there wasn't a whole lot of positive. Okay, I'm disappointed in that. I'm responsible for that. Defensively, too many big plays. Anytime you got 50-something points, that's I can handle 12, 13 play drives. That's part of football, and that's great execution. But when you're letting guys go, big plays, 50-yard runs, and things like that, that's unacceptable, and it better get fixed. And I believe it will. So we'll go back to work this week. We go to Central Arkansas, outstanding team. On the road again before we get back at home. My expectations are to see a much better football team next week, regardless of the caliber of opponent that we play. All right.
Coach, you said there weren't a lot of positives, but for what is worth, the positives you can speak on.
Okay. I don't know if I saw any positive defensively. I'm going to put that out there. Okay. Offensively, there was we played a bunch of backs. Okay, but we still turned the ball over 4 times. Okay, those quarterbacks need to play better than what they did today. Dylan had the 2 turnovers. The positive was Caden Weathers caught a touchdown pass, redshirt freshman. Very proud of him, number 81. That was a positive play. I saw Najee Ray, number 14, make a couple plays. There were some guys that were kind of backups last year that did step in, and you saw a glimmer. You saw a glimmer. Just need more consistency from them. You need more consistency.
Coach, I know you haven't seen the film yet, so you maybe can't address it too technically, but as far as those big plays, like the 2 big runs they had in the first half there, how do you go about addressing that to make sure that doesn't happen?
Well, you're going to have big runs, don't get me wrong. You're going to look at on tape. I know we missed a tackle on one. You're playing some man coverage, so guys will run off. So, when you got 6 guys in the box and the guy doesn't make the tackle, there's nobody else left. And so I know one will miss a tackle. Apparently, from what I understand, it was a defensive lineman or another play that didn't get in his gap. And like I said, when they spread you out, that's the advantage of being spread out like that, right? You 2 guys on defense get in the same gap. And they got some quality running backs. They come out of there. We couldn't make a play.
I know you have expected a lot from this defense with the experience it has. What will your message and Coach Bird's message be to them this week?
Better get it fixed. Better get it fixed. Better go back to work. Better get guys in the right gap. We've got experience coming back. You can handle making some. You're going to make mistakes in the first game, and you're always better in the second game. But I'm not going to sit here and make excuses for anybody in this football team. When you've got 22 seniors, you need to play better than that, and all that in all phases.
Coach, you looked at Kentucky on film over there and prepared for this game, but what you saw was last year's team. So, how much better is Kentucky?
They're much improved offensively. Obviously, although I'm sitting here being negative, about how we played defensively, but let's give them credit. Their quarterback, good quarterback play. Those 2 wide receivers are obviously legit players. The backs, when you make plays out on the perimeter correct, and then you leave one less guy in the box, right? So obviously they know what they're doing, and Neil did a good job. So I know that's something for them to build off of, and glad they got it getting better. Just didn't want to see it against me today.
Offensively in the first quarter, you all had a little bit of trouble in the fourth. You were able to move the ball a little bit better with Neil back. Obviously, the score was really different, but was that the biggest factor, or was there something else you saw?
Well, you went against their ones in the first quarter, and they're revved up, and it's a fine line. You end up, 3rd and 2.5 instead of, 3rd and 1.5 if you can sustain a block. Those kind of things. And then guess what? When you're down 14, you're down 21, it snowballs, okay? They plays off each other. When you don't score on offense right, then you allow them to, have a little different mindset once they score, okay? So it's like I told the team, you're going to look at the statistics, don't let anybody pat you on the back and say, offense versus defense. No, that was a team loss today. Both sides of the ball and special teams contributed to that loss today immensely.
I talked a little about the rushing game. It seems like you guys had success early on with some of the outside runs. Troy had a few good runs there early.
The deal is when they play, certain fronts, right? Those big guys inside are hard to move now. They definitely, I won't say upgrade, that's not it, but they're difficult to move, okay? Our kids were coming off saying, hey, you know, get away from inside zone, get to outside zone, because we can't get them pushed. So, you know, I was glad that we were able to make a few adjustments, but I thought we didn't come out of a couple runs. There was a couple times it may have been us in a corner. You got to come out of those. If you come out of those, you get a big play. Their backs came out of them, ours didn't.
Are you happy at all with your offensive line play? It seems like your quarterbacks, for the most part, had time to throw on.
No, they did. They did. We'll watch the tape and stuff, but just, you know, I figured the offensive line would be our strength and the tailback's athleticism, okay? And I needed to bring along the wide receivers. And so, you know, if there is any positive, there were spurts of it. There was a glimmer on offense where you said, hey, you know, got to get it going. Problem is, you got about 3 or 4 days to get it fixed, and you're going to play another quality team.
Speak about the challenges of the aerial attack you guys had to defend. It looked like it was just humongous.
You know, all that man coverage or quarters coverage, at some point, right, it turns into zero, and we obviously didn't play with good technique. They ran right past us, looked like pass scale. And let's call it what it is. You saw it. Give them credit, and we're cutting guys loose left and right. Guys running wide open down the field, and give their schemes credit, give their receivers and their players executing, and we got to coach better. Our players got to play better.
Anything else?
Let's talk a little bit about the quarterback play. Both of them got, you know, good time, and
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of up and down for both at times.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Dylan throws the 2 picks. You know, one of them's inexcusable. Left a slant late with a glance route against cover 1, and you know, he's got to take care of the ball better than that. And Neil did some okay things. He really did. He really did. We're going next week, and Neil will be the starter.
Does this game put you any closer to deciding on who your starter will be going forward?
I mean, yeah. I mean, over a couple games, we want to try to get it ironed out. And Neil started today, and he'll start again next week.